It's what's in your wallet?
I'm so old.
I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 explosive hot dog carts.
Ritualistic blood magic.
Laser shooting chesty statues.
Don't watch movies unless we tell you to. Welcome to Yeehaw with all them crazy partners and all my best friends for movie time. I'm Phil Cowboy Kessel, and I am joined by two of my slow pokes on their horses. We've got Craig, Gunsman Norland.
I prefer the Rifleman, just like Chuck Connors.
Nope, gonna call you Gunsman.
Oh, okay.
And Will Lizard Chotis.
Oh, all right. I don't mind that one at all, actually. Yeah, Lizard's pretty cool. More of a biker gang name, I feel, but...
what is a biker gang but an iron horse wild bunch?
Yeah. My favorite part about that intro was how fast the drop-off between enthusiasm to apathy kicked in. It was...
That's my life, Will. I've got about 2 seconds of actually giving a shit, and then I'm out.
Yeah, I feel that.
So have you guys at any point even thought about getting a motorcycle?
Yes.
I think about it probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Yes. I not 2 or 3 times a week, but every time I see a guy on a big motorcycle, just driving by, one of the a hog.
Oh, you're a hog boy.
Yeah, one of those.
You want to crank that hog.
Yeah, I want a big old hog.
The ones that are making way too much noise?
No, yeah, they usually are, but I just I don't know, something about I was oh, this is the lazy boy of moving.
Oh, that's
you recline in this way. You got your arms up.
Never thought about it that way. That fits really well.
There's something about driving around with the summertime in Michigan with the windows down, driving around as the sun is setting. It's very weirdly romantic to me, and I'm yeah, I want to live that life. I want to be that guy. And then I think about crashing and all of the skin on my body coming off, and I go, never mind.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to my wife because she will tell you the number of donors that are all motorcycle or ATV or anything.
I want, if I were to get a motorcycle, I would get a 1960s style cafe racer.
Ooh.
I don't want to be going long distances on this.
No, same. I would never go on the highway with it.
Ride around Ipsy and the surrounding area. And lately I've been thinking, okay, what if I split the difference and got one of those electric bikes that looks like a cool motorcycle?
Yeah.
But then every time I think about it, I'm I think I would look really uncool on that. I don't think I can pull it off.
Yeah, no, I would ride it to Craig's house.
Yeah.
That would be the distance I would be going if I had a motorcycle. Did you do it, Phil? Did it work that time? Phil was trying to take a selfie and he kept just locking his screen.
Okay, you say kept. I did it one time.
Uh-huh.
That we saw. Yeah. I don't know. Craig, are you allowed to get a motorcycle?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I thought so.
My uncle got one for maybe a year, and it was one of those midlife crisis things.
Yeah.
He'd worked on the railroad for 30 plus years, and he's just you know what? I'm going to live. And he got the bulkiest motorcycle that he could find.
One with a big ass.
Oh, yeah.
A Honda Goldwing?
He has a big ass, so it needs to be like that. And I think he just had it for a very short amount of time, and then we never saw it again. So.
Yeah. I would probably do that too. I'd be this is awesome. I'm going to drive this every day this summer. I'm just going to go out and cruise. And then I'll probably do it 3 times the first year I had it, once the next year, and then never again, and just be okay, well, this was stupid.
Yeah, but then you sell it for less than you bought it for.
Right, yeah.
And it's you only paid that little bit for that little bit of enjoyment. So
yeah, and every time I think about how much money a motorcycle costs, I was you know what's even better than that? A guitar.
See, you got to get an older vintage Honda because they're pretty cheap. And you just learn to do a little bit of motorcycle maintenance, and you've got a pretty good motorcycle.
I think I'm all done learning a little bit about anything. Is anyone else feeling that way? Where it's just Like I'll let new information in about the things I'm already learning about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like new information about video, fine. Film, sure. I'm not about to learn anything else.
It's the only thing keeping me going is learning a little bit about something. It's the only thing that gets me up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm a hobbies guy. I'm a like a jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know how to do anything well, but I know how to do a little bit of a lot of things. Kind of.
Hey man, you know lighting controls.
I mean, that's true. I know my job really well, but like, let's be real, it's a little boring. It's like not.
People keep talking to me. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is all I have to do." I'm like, "You talk to me as if I know what you're talking about." I'm so sorry, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what an enclosure is.
The one thing I like, because I like you guys, you would call what you do like a trade, right? Kind of, right?
We
kinda.
Sell to trades.
Yeah. I guess like
we're traders.
Yeah.
We're trader.
But like you do like
traders.
Well, like anybody who like works like a job that is like, you know, you show up to a site and you do a thing, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like those like a plumber, a construction worker, a roofer, a videographer, completely. Obviously, these are completely different skill sets. Some of them are similar, but like
some of them are useful.
Some of them are useful. Some of them are not. What I do. But it's like one of those things where it's like it seems like it's completely like you're like, how do you do this? Like it seems like, but like it is one of those things like once you learn like the 7 basics and then you just like fuck it up for 5 years, then you're an expert at it.
Oh, that's all I've done.
That is how you become like you just like I did video, you know, I started doing videography and I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, I'm really bad at this. And then I eventually like bought enough things and messed up enough stuff that I was like, I actually know what to do in this situation because I've done this before. I have. It's like cooking. Everything is like that, you know.
In the last year, coming back to this job, I've had that so many times where I'm like, oh, I know exactly how to fix this fuck up because I made this a year ago or 2 years ago.
That's where I feel like we don't let people screw up enough. I think there's like, we just don't let people screw up enough.
Yeah, that's
like, I mean, like, and I'm not saying like obviously we weirdly let some people screw up way too much, but the average person not screw up enough. You know, it's like really strange because like everyone works with somebody who like they don't know how to do anything. I don't know. So it's but I do feel like
this guy.
I don't think that's true, Craig.
It's not true at all. Craig's been great.
But it is, I don't know. I just feel like there's not enough like forgiveness and
there's not enough like grace for
grace, exactly.
So the only way you get better at something is to fuck it up a bunch.
But I remember like I would screw up around people and they'd be so impatient with me. They'd be like, "Oh, I told you how to do it right." I'm like, "Well, when you explained it, I didn't understand it, and I just pretended like I did because I didn't want you to yell at me."
So you know what it is because every business now is operating on the least amount of people for the maximum output. And so when someone fucks up, it's really bad.
Because they don't
have enough people.
Because they're not operating in a way.
Listen, you got to get into the lighting controls business. I fuck up every day.
Yeah.
And I'm still here.
Well, and now I mess up every day too. But like what I didn't realize at the time was like you just got to sell it right. You know, like when I manage expectations, like I was terrible at managing expectations because one of the things they teach you is just say yes and figure it out later. And that for the most part is kind of true. You just say yes and you figure it out later.
Yeah.
I think the art of the expertise is knowing when you can do that.
Yes. Knowing when you can do that. And then also like managing the expectations. Cause you're just like, hey, look, there are 3 versions of this we can do. This is the cheapo version, which I don't recommend because you'll never use it. This is the version that's in your budget. And then this is the version that you explained to me the first time we talked that is so far above the budget that you can actually afford that it's not going to be that. You know what I mean? Like,
here's your version. Here's the correct version.
Well, yeah. And
there
like
is that too.
In my business too, it's like people don't, nobody knows how much work goes into. Still to this day, people don't know. Like they go on like Instagram.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, computers are magic. This is easy.
Yeah,
I can do this.
making a video is
Oh,
so
okay,
easy.
do it.
So easy to do.
Will you make
Like,
me an AI?
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
well, people also just like, you're just whining on the internet. I'm like, God, I wish I was just whining on the internet. Like I sat down and I wrote a script and I did multiple takes and I edited it.
Yeah.
And then
I am artistically whining on the internet, you idiot.
Like I wish I was just whining on the internet, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You think this wine comes naturally?
No, man.
I
Come
gotta
on
work
now.
at this wine.
Is it still whining if you have to practice whining?
It's not whining. It's just boomer nonsense. That's like one of their buzzwords that they know will like get under your skin because there's no arguing with that. You can't say like, I wasn't whining. Because then you're like, oh, no, well, now I am.
Okay, now I'm whining though.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
may not have been, but
it's
I
one
sure
of
as
those
hell am
things-
now.
it's one of those things where they say it, and it's literally like the I'm not touching you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you're just like, okay, you are a grown man in his 50s with a photo of like you and your daughters like as your profile picture. Will you like walk through the world with some modicum of respect for the rest of humanity? No, of course not.
Guys, this is going to be a very subtle topic change.
Huh?
So I've been rearranging my basement where I do my painting and my workshop.
No way.
And it's been really sick. And I think I sent you photos earlier today, Will, maybe.
You did, and I looked at them, and I thought to myself, I should look at this closer and make a funny comment, and then I forgot.
And then you forgot.
Yep.
And that's totally fine. So similar to how we do this podcast is my kind of whole life in the sort of social life is just screaming into the void.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever expect anyone to scream back.
Yeah.
Sometimes it actually scares me when somebody screams back because I'm like, oh no, now I've engaged and now it's a thing and I have to do a thing. This has to be a whole conversation.
Yeah, there was nothing
Sometimes
more.
I like to just send stuff out,
Yeah.
and I just send it to like I have different distinct groups of people that do not cross over that I can send all these things out because I also need attention.
Yeah.
So I send all these things out, but I've been rearranging
Yeah.
my workspace. And it was really sick. In between like work stuff I was doing today, I was able to like move some stuff around. I organized my paints. I moved some guys that I've painted around. I primed a couple of things.
Yeah. Well, so so Mike, my older brother, and Phil and I are on a D&D, play D&D together. So we have like a text thread for that. Part of D&D is you sometimes when you play together, when you play in person, you have little figurines. Phil likes to paint figurines. Mike likes to paint figurines. I don't paint figurines, but somehow the thread is half D&D, half figurine stuff. So it's like half D&D,
I would
half
say the
like,
ratio is shifted a little bit further
it's
towards
way
paint stuff.
the other one. So I don't know. I don't have anything else to say.
Mostly
And
because
also,
of me.
every time I see one, part of me dies a little bit on the inside because I'm like, oh, cool. So this is like what it would be like if I didn't have children and had money. Interesting.
Yes.
It is a little
Yes.
bit.
I mean,
Sometimes
yes.
sometimes talking to you and Mike, it's like, you know how you feel like the outsider with Craig and I? Yeah. I feel that way
You
too.
can just talk to me. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like you and Mike will be like, I was working on my mental health. I found that like journaling has really helped. And like, you'll be like, yeah, journaling really helped. And then like the conversation will kind of like point in my direction. I'll be like, fuck are you talking about journaling?
Yeah.
Anybody got time for that?
Okay, but
Insane.
however,
Yeah.
you say all this.
Yeah.
When I sent a picture of some terrain to you and Mike, I was like, thoughts. And you immediately were like, it should be dirtier. Can you make it dirtier? And
Yeah.
then I did, and it looked a bazillion times better. So you don't have nothing to add in the painting.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You've
but that
got
was
an eye for the
Phil,
stuff.
that was a picture of you.
Yeah, he wanted me to make it dirtier.
Yeah. Did you make it dirtier?
Well,
It was-
obviously,
it
and it
got-
looked way better.
Yeah. No. Well, that was
That's for movies with my best friend at night.
To be
At
fair, you
night.
usually don't ask for input. You were just like, look at this cool thing I
Look
did.
at this thing I did. Yeah, I think I should.
And Mike is really good, like across all of my text threads that Mike is a part of. Mike is really good at giving the thumbs up and being like, yeah, awesome.
He's a
And
good
I-
hype man.
And I am one of the worst, if not the worst hype man to ever exist. I'm like, and my thing
You're
is to
a void.
think, yeah, well, absolutely. My first thing
hype
is
void.
like, how can I find the one flaw in this, highlight it, and make it about me?
And make this into a joke where I'm the funny one. Yeah.
Nobody
I-
is looking for that ever.
Mike's always the great hype man
Yeah.
when I send these things out, and my sister-in-law Jennifer is always a massive hype man when I send her any of my painting stuff. So I send her stuff all the time because I need the attention and I need
Yeah.
the kudos.
Yeah.
I will also sometimes send it to my brother, and he will immediately, because he also paints.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Oh, that's really good. You should do this to
Yeah.
it." And I'm like, yeah, I guess I should have
Yeah.
done that. No, in his defense, yesterday I sent him one and was like, it was 2 days ago. I sent him one and I was like, "Does this read as fire?" And he's like, "Yes, but here's what you should do." And I was like, that is a really good idea, but now I have to do more work. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
And I think it
that's-
did, but then he gave me more things to do, and then I did those things and it did look better. So
Yeah.
what I'm realizing is I should be asking you and Steve for thoughts on making things better, and I should be asking Mike and Jennifer if I just want hype.
I mean, that's 100, because like that's the thing. Like, it's like such a rule is like, don't give advice if it's not asked, and like, don't ask for advice if you don't want it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I know people who will like be like, "What do you think about this?" And you'll like give them your thoughts on it, and then they'll do whatever they were planning to do in the first place, and what they were actually looking for was validation on the choice they had already decided on, and then now they know that you don't agree with the choice that they're going to make. And then they're like, "Oh, so you never wanted this to happen in the first place." It was like, "Well, why did you ask me?" You know what I mean? It's like, this was emotional, like, chess game that I didn't know I was playing.
Yeah, it's because I have how would you say low self-esteem.
Yeah. Well,
What?
that's I run into that on the internet too, where people are like, they'll like be critical of something. I'm like, well, I was like, you don't need to point that out, thank you. And they'll be like, you put it on the internet, I'm allowed to criticize. I'm like, I don't think you are. I don't actually think you,
I didn't ask for it.
I didn't ask for it, and I don't think I'm allowed to be annoyed with you for being critical of something. He's like,
Yeah.
well, you put it on the internet. I'm like, I have no control over this algorithm. I didn't come into your house
Yeah.
and put this on your television.
Yeah.
I have no idea how it got to you. It got to you. You don't get to like just make fun of the way I look or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, screw
You
you.
got to earn that like me.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, sorry, I'm like rant mode today.
Yeah. It's
Just
all
slow
good.
down.
That's
Slow
that's,
down a
you
little
know.
bit.
Yeah, just slow down. Just paint,
Paint something.
Just paint something.
Paint something. I like
find
drawing
it
more. I'd
I
rather
find
draw.
it so relaxing.
Is this your
So-
recommendation, Phil? Is
No,
just
I was
painting
just hyped
stuff?
about it. I've got a different
Okay.
recommendation if you'd like my recommendation, but it is something that it's a service. It's on a movie service that I have to pay for. I'm like, I pay for it through my money, which usually I store in my wallet.
That's right. It's a segment where we reach deep into our best friend's pants and whip out some recommendations. It's what's in your wallet.
Guys, I watched a movie.
No way.
A
whole one?
A whole
By yourself?
movie. Yeah,
Were you
I watched
scared?
it. Okay, honestly, it was pretty unsettling.
Oh, I
it
forgot.
was actually a pretty unsettling movie. I finished it about 20 minutes before I came over here. It is called Pyewacket. It is on Shudder. Pyewacket is apparently the name of a like imp or familiar of a like witch or demon from like the old timey times. 1600s, 1800s. I don't know.
What is it again?
Pyewacket, Pye Wacket,
Weird.
Wacket. It's on Shudder. It is a folk horror movie. Craig, I think you'd like it.
Okay.
It's in the vein of A Dark Song, where it's like, magic is or is not real, but it's really fucking dark and brutal, and not something that people should be doing. So the whole story, and this is all in the like the is it the log line? What's the line that Netflix gives me or Shudder gives me that's like the like one or two sentences?
It's the log line.
Okay,
Log line.
yeah. This is all in there, but it's this young girl who gets into this really bad argument with her mother and then tries to do a ritual to have her mother killed by a demon,
As
Yeah.
we all do.
as we all do. And then she starts to regret it, and then she tries to take it back. And that's kind of the whole movie is it's some terrifying mix of like folk horror, coming of age, absolute dregs of depression, generational trauma. It was really good though. I was genuinely unsettled for most of it. It's very low budget, but they do really, really good with it. And it is a pretty creepy, like, entity that kind of they like do and don't really ever show. It's good. I wouldn't recommend it for you probably.
Oh, okay.
But I would recommend it for Craig or anyone else who is into.
I like how all of our
horror.
recommendations are always excluding one person.
Mhm.
You would like this. Yes, you'd like it too.
Well,
That's
to
the
be
beauty.
fair, almost 90% of my recommendations exclude everyone but me.
everyone.
Yeah, that's you do have us there. You do have us there. Yeah, so give it a watch. I thought it was really good.
Okay. I got that
Canadian,
on my list.
So,
Yeah.
you know, those Canucks up there doing movies
Them
didn't even know they had
Canucks.
that technology.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
give me some brain food from your recommendation mouth.
Yeah. So I kind of I watched
Spit
fantastic.
your recommendation into my mouth.
Okay, you ready? Say ah.
Ah.
Okay, you gotta get closer.
Ah.
No, even closer.
Ah.
No, even closer.
Ah.
That's too close. Anyways, I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox today.
Oh.
It isn't I don't know. I'm doing like what a Craig thing where I just kind of like say one and then I say the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen that movie. I think since it like around when it came out. Not really a kids movie. I mean,
No.
it is a kids movie, but also like they say like they don't swear. They just say cuss,
yes.
and they say it all the time.
Yeah.
So they're like, "What the cuss? Like, what are you cuss? What are you
It's like
cussing about?"
Smurf.
Yeah, it's like really like it's like constant. And I'm like, you might as well just say fuck at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's become that word. Yeah. So it's kind of weird. And it's also like, you know, it is, I mean, it is almost like a little bit, I found myself going, oh, this is why people don't like Wes Anderson. Because it is so storybook
Mhm.
because it's a story. It's like a literal children's
Yeah.
story. But I mean, I really like it, and it's just, and my boys were just sort of like going like, now, what? Like the whole time. It didn't really
Didn't
work.
really hit.
No, but it was funny, and like Caitlin and I were laughing. But I'm like, this is a weird movie. This is a weird one because it's like, who is this for? You know?
I'm really having a hard time because all my kids are different.
Yeah.
Benji he's 5. He doesn't want to watch movies. I
Okay.
don't know why, but we've taken him.
Because movies are dead, Dad.
Maybe for him, I don't know. Peter is not really interested, but the kids at camp, we're talking about Marvel, and so now because the kids at camp were talking about Marvel, now he
mean,
wants to
that's-
watch Marvel.
Yeah.
I was like,
That is how I got into movies too.
Yeah.
I used to watch like exclusively Cartoon Network up
Yeah.
until and like Disney movies and stuff like that, and until I was like in high school, basically. And then finally, someone was like, "You should like watch a movie made for a grown up," and I'm like, "Fine."
See, my thing is, if it was like I would watch movies
Yeah.
that weren't animated, but like through high school, most of high school, I was still watching like Samurai Jack.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of
Well,
cartoons.
we were closer to the age
yeah,
for
Oh,
Samurai
yeah,
Jack.
I guess
being-
Craig is
right,
like 60.
yeah, I'm way older.
So,
No, I mean, I didn't watch. I think the first show that was meant for adults that I watched on TV was probably Lost. That was in
Ooh.
2004. And then I started watching like Heroes and Prison Break.
oh,
Yeah, yeah,
Heroes, man. That
But
was...
I mean, like before that, I watched like Monk.
oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
there was a few here and there, but it was like I preferred whatever was on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. Like it was mostly Adult Swim.
I think I got started on Law and Order way too early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You also, yeah.
So, but I wouldn't
I feel like
seek out.
I feel like
those
all
things.
millennial women just like at some point went through a Law and Order SVU phase.
Yeah,
they-
just
my
millennial
wife-
women.
She did Criminal Minds.
Definitely.
Oh, Criminal Minds
definitely
too.
she was
just
in high
millennial
school.
women.
I didn't mean only millennial women.
Yeah.
I said
I watched-
all millennial women.
I had a phase with both of those shows
Yeah.
for sure.
I vicariously had those phases because Caitlin had those phases, and I watched them with her.
Yeah.
No, I think my first like person TV show, like live action TV show, was Scrubs. Probably.
Oh,
When they
yeah,
started
Scrubs. Yeah.
rerunning Scrubs on Comedy Central. Like I would watch some stuff on, like I'd watch a lot of stand up and things like that, but not a lot of TV shows. And then like Scrubs was like that right level of like absolutely immature and cartoony enough, you know what I mean? But also
Yeah.
like I was a real serious boy, so I really liked how they got serious.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah,
It's like our generation's MASH.
1,000%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It is that.
Sometimes you have a chicken episode.
Sometimes you have a chicken episode.
Sometimes you
Woof.
have a Brendan Fraser episode.
Yeah.
Where do you think you are right now?
Ugh, come on, Will.
Lady crying about a chicken and a baby. I thought this was a comedy show.
Yeah, exactly.
30 Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that reference
Yeah.
probably every day.
I think in 30 Don't Rock references constantly. One of my favorite things to just say out of nowhere is a blaffer du Remem Black.
Okay, so my Facebook is half 30 Rock videos now
Yeah.
because, and I realized I'm like, I just missed 30 Rock.
Yeah,
like
it's
it
such a
was
funny show.
legitimately, I didn't understand all the jokes when it came
Yeah.
out.
Mine is if you like it so much, or liked it so much, I take it behind the middle school and get it pregnant.
Yeah. When he
Yeah.
kept saying that. Yeah.
God.
That's the one that I keep saying. Jack has never seen 30 Rock,
Oh.
so every time I say it, she's like, "What?"
What?
Or the other one I say is, yes, Hornburger. Which is just like a line Jack Donaghy says once when Pete's like, yes, Hornburger. And then he's just like, yes, Hornburger.
Have some self-respect, pigeon. Don't you know you can fly?
Yeah.
There's a lot that runs
this-
through my head.
Yeah.
There's too many lines.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Uh,
Anyways, but my recommendation is not really a recommendation. It's just what I've been goofing around with lately is Paper Mario and the Origami King.
Oh, okay. Is that one any good?
Nah, well, okay. There's a
Is
lot
there
of
a
caveats.
good one after 1,000 Year Door?
Well, okay. So here's the caveats: is Paper Mario is no longer paper like the way I remember it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
the
I'm
RPG
sorry.
elements. Well, the RPG elements have been like basically taken away, you know,
Oh.
which
Okay.
so I first bought the game back when it came out because I was like, I haven't had a Nintendo thing in forever, and I loved Paper Mario back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, they're making another one. And I played it and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I hate this. Because what I was looking for was Paper Mario from the N64, where it has like really, it's like a lot of like, it's an RPG basically. And,
Yeah.
But it has like action things like you jump on bad guys and it bounces off and stuff. This game has a lot of that same DNA, but you don't level up. And there is progression, but it basically like so the first time I played it, I was like, I hate this. I hate this game. I don't see the point in this.
Mhm.
And then I picked it up again because my kids like saw the icon on the Switch and was like, what is this? I'm like, this is just silly game. And I started playing it, and once I conceptualized it as more of like a what is the word? Like point and click adventure. More of like your Monkey Island sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And just like it's just totally it's like watching a little show because it's really funny and it's fun to explore these worlds. And like the thing I like about RPGs is when you see bad guys, you want to fight them because you know you get experience and then you level up, you know. But in this game, fighting bad guys is kind of annoying. And so I had to like rewire my brain where I was like, oh, I'll just avoid them. And it's annoying when they pop up out of somewhere. I was like, it's because I failed. And my punishment is now I have to do this slightly annoying
okay.
battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, so like once I kind of rewired my brain to think that way, I was started to have a lot more fun with it. And it's also like a big collectathon. You like find toads. They like, so the story is an origami person showed up in the Paper Mario world and started just folding people up and turning them into origami.
Oh,
And
God.
yeah. So you're
It's excruciating.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
Paper Mario, and you meet the princess. So in all JRPGs that have a silent protagonist, you have to have an annoying little female Navi character who talks on your behalf because Mario can't talk.
Yeah.
And so you have one of those, and so you just fight like origami people, like origami versions of all of the classic Mario bad guys, like your Shy Guys and your Koopa Troopas and stuff.
I love Shy Guy.
Yeah, and but the battle system is strange because you get into a battle and it does the whole like random encounter thing where you go into a different stage, and then like all the bad guys like run around you in this big circle, and you have to like do this weird lineup puzzle where you have to line them up a certain way and then take them out, and if you don't do that you don't get a bonus. But and so like it's just sort of like, and it's sometimes the puzzle is absolutely inscrutable.
Yeah.
But luckily, you can just like hold down a button and you spend a bunch of money and you get the toads to do it for you. And it doesn't cost all that much, and you end up almost making it all back anyways.
Just
So
like a rich person.
So I just do that. And like money is like almost entirely, it's only used to buy that. So you just like, so yeah, it's like a weird.
It's only used
it feels
to
like
make lesser beings
it
do your
feels
bidding.
like it was made by somebody who like didn't know that you could like play test video games. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Like a little bit, because it's like, don't you think people might find this annoying? But it's also got like a ton of other like real charm, and it's also gorgeous. It's on the Switch, and it just like, I don't know, like every once in a while a Nintendo only exclusive game will come out, and I'll just like look at it after playing like something just dog shit ugly like Sonic Frontiers,
Oh.
and then be like, oh my God, this looks great. So it looks great. I don't know. So I don't know if it's a recommendation, because if you're like, oh, Paper Mario, I'm like, well, it's not Paper Mario.
It's
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Imagine it as like a spin-off, like Paper Mario with a point and click adventure.
Did you ever
Yeah,
play
okay.
Super Paper Mario on the Wii?
No.
Okay. See, I had gotten that because I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I can't wait. And it wasn't. Like, that game's
Yeah.
not even an RPG.
Yeah.
And I was pissed.
Yeah. Well, I think like it did one of those things where like the team actually went off to do other things.
Yeah.
And there's the games on the DS and the Game Boy Advance called like the Mario and Luigi games.
Yeah.
But those games, I actually find those are way too left brain, right brain problem for me, because when you play, your right hand controls Mario and your left hand controls Luigi.
Yeah.
So you block with your left hand when Luigi gets hit, and you block with your right. So it becomes like almost like a really tough rhythm game half the
Ooh.
time, or you
Yeah.
just get like beaten up all the time. And I was just like, it's like there's too much going on.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
did play the only one of that I've actually got to the end was Paper Jam, which has Paper Mario in it.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I didn't play that one.
I got to the very end, but again, it's so inscrutable at
Yeah,
times. You're just
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah,
my
it's like-
brain can't take this.
Yeah, it's like, hey, all right, we're throwing bombs, and the red ones will hit Mario and the green ones will hit Luigi. Also, at the same time, like you can knock them back if they're this one, if they're a glowy one, but if they're just a clear one, you have to jump over it. So you have to like, and I'm like, I can't fucking do this. Are you kidding me? I'm not a piano player.
This doesn't sound good for me.
No, and I was like, just give me Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Why can't I get a Paper Mario? Can't we get a Paper Mario, please? Just
Yeah.
one Paper Mario for me.
Paper Mario.
Just for me.
Just for you.
Do it.
Anyways, Origami King. Fun. It's fun. It's definitely fun. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate it has the asterisks of it should be called something else. Don't make it
Yeah.
Paper Mario. Anyways.
Flat Mario.
Flat Mario. There
Flat
we go.
Mario.
Craig, are you able
Oh,
to?
he's touching his butt.
Sorry.
He's touching his butt.
I like
He's
to
touching his
touch my butt.
He's touching his butt. Oh, are you getting out your phone because you have a long ass list?
No, I only have two. So the show I want to recommend is also another Apple TV show called Margot's Got Money Troubles.
I've heard that.
Okay.
That. Who is in that? Somebody.
It's got
Nick Offerman's in that, isn't he?
yes,
Margot Kidder
yes.
and Margot Robbie.
Yep, that's right.
So Elle Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, Nicole Kidman, Greg Kinnear are all the main players. But this was partially created by Ava Anderson, who is a guest on Blank Check and podcast The Ride all the time. Kind of just
Doughboys
part of
as well.
that. Yep, part of that sphere. She's really funny. So highly recommend the show. It's very good. It's got that nice mix of comedy and drama. Gives you the feels. She is a talented writer in college, and then she starts a relationship with her lit professor, and then she has a baby, gets pregnant, and of course he wants her to have an abortion, and she wants to have the baby, and a lot of stuff happens, and her father, Nick Offerman, is a former pro wrestler with drug habits from pain that he's got from being a wrestler that's been mostly out of her life. Like he comes back into the picture. So the family unit's a little bit weird, and her friends are not being super great friends anymore. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, but everyone's excellent in it. Greg Kinnear is really good at playing just like nice, slimy. Just like he's basically his character in Little Miss Sunshine.
I loved his character so much in Little Miss Sunshine. He was such not a good person, but he just like his earnestness of like he's like that hustle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just was like, I relate so much to that never-ending feeling that you got to just do the thing. You know? Yeah.
Now he's a pastor in this one, and he's the new husband of her mom.
I hardly know her.
Yeah.
Who?
And so he's very like earnest and very like calm all the time. He's like, and he just like doesn't really understand the situations. And so he's trying to like give good advice, but it's not great, like the way that he's wording it. And so, yeah, he's not super helpful.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So that was good. I just finished that. And then the movie I never thought I'd be recommending is Minions and Monsters.
So weirdly, Jack saw that, but I didn't, and neither did Caitlin. He went to a birthday party where they saw it.
Oh, nice.
He said he liked it, but who knows what he thinks.
I know. Kids. It is out of nowhere. You wouldn't know by the title. It is a love letter to silent film cinema.
Oh, so of course you loved it.
Yes. So, because the other ones, they have like nods to other movies. There's like references, but they're all like, oh no, the Minions farted on Jaws. Stuff like that.
I mean, that's pretty good.
So the guy who does the voices of the Minions ended up doing the writing and the directing for this one. And apparently third time's a charm because the other ones are terrible.
Yeah.
But this one actually has a story. It follows different Minions than the other movies.
So it's not Kevin and Neil or whatever.
No, it's none of them. And so he's someone who wants to make his own movies. And so they're working for this movie studio for a while. So there's a lot of references to silent movies. And then when talkies come, Minions can't talk. And so when they try to record them and like, okay, say your lines, and they're just saying gibberish. So the same kind of like Singing in the Rain.
Yeah,
where all of a sudden, oh my God.
Singing in the Rain.
There is an extended riff on The Day the Earth Stood Still, which is so funny to me. One of the characters is my favorite character in the whole thing. But then all of a sudden, a small Cthulhu comes into the movie, voiced by Trey Parker from South Park.
I remember seeing him in the trailers.
Yes.
That's the only thing I saw.
So surprisingly, I mean, this is not going to be the best movie you've ever seen, but it's pretty damn good for a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And
like a kids movie, not like a family movie.
No.
Which people usually call Disney movie kids movies. They're not. They're all ages movies.
All ages.
Minions are strictly kids movies.
Yes. But I mean, it's not like, oh, look, there's Buster Keaton hanging from the clock.
Yeah.
from Safety Last. Like, there's a reason that thing's happening.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's
not just
flows-
references.
It's not just
for
references. It
sake.
flows into the scene, and so you're just like, oh, okay, that's a clever way they integrated this into the plot. So
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids, Jack usually gets obsessed with the movie if he sees it in theater, so I'll probably see it at some point.
Anything from what's the this would have been so much funnier if I remember the name of the goddamn movie.
Dr.
The Blob.
Caligari, there's no. Oh, I mean, the Blob is basically the
No.
whole the third act.
Oh,
No,
really?
What's the
The Fly?
No, way earlier.
Wolf
Haxon,
P.W. Griffith. Silent movie.
Uh,
Didn't know if they were going to put anything into there.
oh my God, Birth of a Nation?
Yeah.
No,
They
God,
make any
no.
Birth of a Nation references?
Yeah, no,
See, that would have been
D.W.
so much
Griffith.
funnier if I had
Yeah.
remembered it earlier.
Good
No,
Lord.
people on Letterboxd have done. It's like a long list of references that I didn't even get. I was
Yeah.
like, what are these movies?
Yeah, it sounds like somebody has a passion.
Yes. The Passion of Joan of
The
Arc.
Christ.
Speaking of somebody having a passion.
Speaking of the birth of a nation, because this is about the Mexican Civil War.
Yes, speaking of. Well, let's.
Well,
Hang on.
hang it on.
Listen. I was just trying to connect the things. I mean nothing by it.
Okay. Well, all right. We watched the movie. We watched The Wild Bunch, which is a 1969 American epic revisionist Western film co-written and directed by Sam Peckinpah. The screenplay is by Waylon Green and Sam Peckinpah. It's starring William Holden, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Ryan, Edmund O'Brien, Warren Oates, and a bunch of more. It's 145 minutes long. It had a $6 million budget and made $11 million at the box office. How do you think this movie is sitting on Rotten Tomatoes, Philip?
It's got to be high up there. I'm going to say 89.
I'm going to go 94.
Oh, shit. Math. You said 94?
Mhm.
You said what?
89.
Phil has it 91.
Okay.
Ooh.
Certified fresh with a 90 score by the audience.
Okay.
So Phil picked this movie? Yes, yeah. Phil,
Yeah.
you picked this movie. This is based off of an actor, I believe.
Yeah, Bo
from
Hopkins.
Yes, from American Graffiti.
That was the original choice that I made that had no mulligans or redos at all.
Yep, yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't have to
nothing.
redo anything.
Yeah, I went straight to actor to Bo Hopkins to this movie.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary lying.
This is so I went with this one because this is like an absolute classic Western that I have never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
None of
had
us
heard
had
of
seen
it, The
it.
Wild Bunch.
Oh, yeah.
So had any of us seen this before?
Nope.
No, this is we're all I almost
We
said something
all
gross.
popped each
Yeah,
other's
you
cherries.
almost-
Well, he
God
said it
damn it.
anyways.
Listen,
I was going to say this was a virginal viewing.
oh, that's
Oh,
better
that's
because the
better.
alliteration.
Yeah, well.
I just went for gross. Oh man, that's just
So
I went for it.
Yeah.
You did it better,
well,
but you did it more cowardly. It's the way we live.
yeah. So who wants to give their impressions first? Phil, you want to go first?
Yeah, I really liked it.
You're
I
the
think this
resident
was really
Western
good.
guy.
I don't know how I stole that title from Craig because
I'm going to have to fight you for that one.
because he lived them. I really liked it. I think
You're kind of the resident every movie guy, though.
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit,
true.
so.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think I totally understand why people call this like Sam Peckinpah's masterpiece.
oh yeah,
I think this is excellent. I think
Yeah.
this is not without its faults, I guess, if I'm going to be pedantic or I don't know. Like, this seems like, I don't even know why I said that. It's dumb to say. I think this movie's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's like it is a perfect movie of what it is.
yeah,
Like, it is like epic is a great description.
Yep.
Because this is very wide sweeping. It's also very long, maybe too long, but I think it works. I think it only felt long because I didn't realize it was closer to 3 hours than 2 hours.
it is overly long. I found myself kind of like in my head, like, doing this thing where I'm like, where could we trim the fat here? And as I was doing that, I'm like, I really hate that I thought that
Yeah.
in this moment because I don't feel like a movie like this
I think it would do this movie such a disservice to
Well,
like
exactly.
because it's okay. So we're going to talk about Red Dead a lot probably, but
Yeah.
there is with Red Dead
Westerns, like,
Redemption
take their time. Yeah.
Yes, they take their time, and there is something about this movie, the way it takes its time, that is just a like it is just a comfortable little hot tub to like just sit down in, and you're like, I know I'm going to be here for a while. I'm just going to let the warmth soak in.
See, I think I have this annoying habit because my favorite style of movies are like, you know, your big superhero epics or whatever, but those are like blockbuster movies. You know what I mean? Those are like mile a minute, sort of like trim all the fat, make it just the thing.
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of movies I like. And so when I watch a movie like this, my brain is kind of going like, we need to do that to this. And then I'm like, no, we don't.
There is always a part of me that is in the background of my head like, hey, this is too long. You should see if we can watch the rest of this tomorrow because you're tired and you don't want to sit for this long for one movie.
Yeah.
But the majority of me and the part that I want to actively listen to is like, okay, this is an art, and this is an art over time, and I want to sit and vibe through that whole time that they have set up for me. And I really like it, and I really like the way that this movie lets itself breathe. And the way that this movie kind of doesn't explain anything for the first like 30 minutes of the movie. You're like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Well, who's this guy?
Watching a movie with us is unbelievably
the
annoying.
three of us just were constantly like,
did we
now
learn
who's this guy? Do
what's
we know
his
who this guy
relationship?
is yet?
How do we know who?
What are they doing?
Does
What do
he
we
know
think is
who
going to
that
happen
guy
here?
Is that a main character? No, he just died. I don't think
But
he is.
I love that about this movie where it's like you are just kind of it. I mean, it drops you right in, not knowing what's going on, and you have to kind of like get your bearings, figure out what's going on, and then, as is in the like revisionist Western, like the guys that we're following, the protagonists, are not the quote unquote good guys, which I do kind of hate about revisionist Westerns as the name of that category, because I like that category of Westerns, but they're not revising. Revisionist Western to me makes it sound like they're revising what actually happened.
It sounds like a misinterpretation when it's actually a course correction.
Yeah, it's revising of the quote unquote Western.
Because it sounds like you're saying revisionist history, which is when people whitewash things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And revisionist Westerns are not that. They're the opposite of that. They're sort of in response to your John Ford, John Wayne, like all white guys saving the day. Although I did this when we watched the movie, listed John Ford, John Wayne, and they did The Searchers, and that one's pretty dark and gritty and not exactly the same, but like you know what I mean when I'm saying that.
Wikipedia says the revisionist subverts the myth and romance of the traditional by means of character development and realism to present a less simplistic view of life in the Old West. While traditional Western always embodies a clear boundary between good and evil, the revisionist Western does not. Right?
Yeah, it's shades of gray. It's more the things I like about a Western. It's actually
more of what when I think of a Western, think of.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because those are the better Western movies, so they populated my...
Like Unforgiven is a great example of revisionist.
Yeah. This is also like they're usually more violent. They're usually like the good guys are maybe kind of bad guys and the bad guys are maybe kind of good guys. It's just there's more morally gray, more morally ambiguous.
Is the good and the bad, the ugly considered revisionist? Probably, right?
I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it's less about...
Because there's good guy, a bad guy, and an ugly guy.
It's also so... Because it's a spaghetti Western, it's kind of its own stylized thing and lives in its own weird subgenre. So it's got elements of... I mean, they all kind of... They do the mixing and matching thing, but like...
To me, I remember when that was... So, all right. So maybe I'll go into my thing with Westerns, which is that they all... I can't tell them apart after I watch them. Whenever I'm watching a Western, I'm like, I'm having a good time and I'm enjoying it. But then afterwards, I'm like, did I see that movie?
That's Westerns.
Yeah. And
that's how, I think that's just Westerns.
I feel like with Westerns, it's like your favorite Western is just the first Western you saw that like held your attention.
Oh,
you know
God,
what I mean?
mine's Paint Your Wagon.
that held your attention.
Oh,
Pretty sure the first one I saw was like my mom watching Stagecoach, and I was like, this is boring as hell.
yeah.
But when I was a kid, my favorite is like I have two favorites basically. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I loved that movie. I remember when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, people were charming before now? I didn't know that could happen. You know, and then the other one was the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I was like, wait a minute. White people have been making anime for years.
Yeah.
They just call it Westerns.
Yeah. Okay. I just have to back up a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Stagecoach is really good.
Oh yeah. I watched it when I was older.
Okay.
But like as a kid turning on Stagecoach,
You're
as
a kid.
you're like, what is this?
I watched it as an adult and I was like, I think this is a perfect film.
Oh, it's really great. Yeah, it's a
this
great
is,
movie.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Did we watch that?
No.
No, I just watched it on my own.
My favorite
Yeah.
part about Stagecoach is that a woman who is absolutely not pregnant gives birth.
Yeah.
Because
And her name was John Wayne.
yeah, that's right.
I want a space western remake of Stagecoach.
That'd be good. Yeah.
I feel like that one is so ripe to do a space western remake of. Once Upon a Time in the West. Obviously, it's my favorite. I've talked about this a million times.
Yeah.
That was the first one that I saw that like grabbed me. I was like, oh, because I think I had seen other westerns. I saw 310 to Yuma before that, the newer version. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I saw Once Upon a Time in the West, and I was enthralled.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love this genre. This movie did a lot similar in terms of like very long span, like a long length of time for a movie, but also like a pretty wide spanning,
But like,
big morality play. But the moralities are all gray as hell.
I mean, westerns are so interesting because they are one of those few like hyper specific genres that we have because they made so many of them. But like they have to be in this certain time period. They have to take place in this certain time. There's like so many archetypes that like you just like have to use in order for it to be a Western.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So much so that like when I try and I'm like, I like this. This is fun stuff. But I like every time I see a Western, I'm like, I'm having a good time. But it's like, I don't know. It's like eating cake. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's like,
I
how
know
many cakes
100%.
do you remember? You know what I mean?
Every single cake I've ever put in my mouth.
Don't think that's true.
I think that's part of the charm I like about them is that where it's like, it's just a vibe sometimes. I think Westerns can be just a fun vibe.
Yeah.
They can be so much more if you like them and you get into like
100%.
liking it. But like they are so smooth as just a vibe.
Yeah,
Even when
I
they're
mean,
like violent and gritty and like
Were you
fucked
guys
up.
cowboys and Indians? Well, this is what we called it when we were growing up. Were you cowboys and Indians kids? Did you like play that?
Yeah.
We were Western gunslingers and indigenous folks.
You did not call
No,
them
we
that.
played cowboys and Indians.
Yeah. I loved like that was my favorite animal when I was like kindergarten age, preschool age was horse, Phil.
Okay. Well, listen. Jeez.
All right, chill out. Anyways, but I loved Old West stuff. Like that was my
Yeah.
favorite.
Did you guys have Playmobil?
No.
Okay.
But I know what they are.
My cousin
That's not what
had
you
a
asked.
ton of Playmobil, and it's all
Is it
Western and Civil
Playmobil
War.
I always thought it was Playmobil.
I always thought it was Playmobil.
Oh, it might be.
Okay.
Whatever.
We called it Playmobil. We were also 8.
Playmobil.
Yeah.
Playmobil. But it's all Western themed, and I think they made other stuff, but he only had Western themed
Yeah.
and Civil War themed Playmobil. And so we played with that shit all the time. We made a stop motion video,
Nice.
and it was super fun.
Yeah.
So I've
John
been into
Haven
like
Hills
the vibe.
basement had a huge Playmobil diorama in it. And I remember going like, this is awesome. And I went to go play with it. And he said, you can't play with that. And I said, what? And he's like, that's my dad's. And I went, what? And it broke my brain for like a good
Shit, you guys are right.
year.
It's Playmobil.
I've never heard of anyone using Playmobil as a
Yeah.
Lego kind of thing.
Yeah. It was just, I was like, what? He's like, yeah, no, he like collects these and stuff. And I was just like, what? But what?
we had some Scooby Doo Playmobil.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it'd be
pretty
so
recently.
weird if an adult had like toys and set them up in little dioramas in his basement.
Yeah,
It'd be so weird if an
So
adult
weird.
man did that
Oh,
earlier
painted 'em.
today. When I was setting them up in a diorama with like a troll in a dungeon,
Mhm.
sewer dungeon.
Yeah.
It's,
You know,
like, super
A fun
cool.
little trick for the audience. Whenever Phil says something, you should always take the opposite to be the truth.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Craig, how'd you feel
yeah,
about this
I was-
movie?
Yeah, me. I was trying my best because I think everyone now, our brains are trying their best because the way the world is now to tell us to look at our phones or just like think about everything that's wrong because there's a lot of things. And
Oh,
so,
yeah. I mean, everyone in this is a bastard.
yeah. So I was trying to I'm like, okay, who is this? But like you said, in the first like half an hour, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. You don't even really have a good sense of like, I don't know, like what characters even matter.
Yeah,
At
because
first.
half of them die. in
Yeah,
the
they all
first
die
10
right
it
minutes.
away.
feels like such a perfect way to open a revisionist western.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, nobody means anything
Yeah.
in this time. Like, this is like, you'll just die. I mean, I know it wasn't as violent as all that, but like,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
it was still not like a comfortable place to
No,
live.
no.
But yeah, I would love to watch this again just to kind of again soak it all up, really live in the what's happening now that I know who to pay attention to
Yeah.
Yeah.
and who to okay, I understand this is the corrupt railroad guy and these are the gang members that are actually going to get out.
I love that the real villain of this is barely in the movie and
Yep.
it's just the railroad guy, and he just shows up and is like, yeah, go kill those guys or you go to jail and probably die.
Yeah. So
And that's his whole part. He's the real villain and he makes all of this happen and he's barely in it.
yeah. So
like
the
a classic rich guy.
The premise of the movie is essentially that there is this group of outlaws called, I don't think they have a name, but
They are
they're-
a wild bunch of boys.
they're the titular Wild Bunch. And we
They're
are
old as hell.
Yeah, they're old as hell. So they've been doing this for a while. And we open the movie with them robbing, was it a bank? I think it was a bank.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, they rob a bank, but they are ambushed by a group of ne'er-do-well bounty hunter homeless men.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
weird
they're like-
hodgepodge of people.
Yeah, they're also very
A
early
posse
on-
almost. Well, not quite
Yeah,
a posse.
kind of a
Indentured
posse-
servants for
Yeah.
the railroad.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
also very dumb.
So yeah,
Yeah.
like it starts off and it's already kind of like doing the revisionist thing where it's like our main quote unquote like the bad guys, our heroes, are dressed up like soldiers and they're robbing a bank. And the people who are trying to stop them from robbing the bank are like this dirty ragtag group of like mentally ill people. you know what I mean? So anyways, yeah. So it doesn't go right at all because they do steal what they think is money. Turns out it's not.
It's a bunch of washers.
It's a bunch of metal washers. But
no, like full size washers.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they thought that was money.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like metal clinking around.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
so
look
yeah,
in the bag.
it's a setup because one of the ex Wild Bunch members, again, I don't think that's their official title, is one of the people working for the railroad. He got caught in an earlier event, I guess.
Yeah,
our
which we
main
don't
character.
find out
What is
for
our main
another, like,
character's
hour.
name?
Is it Deke?
No,
No.
Deke is
the guy-
Pike is the main
Pike.
character.
Pike is the main character. Ernest Borgnine's character's name is Dutch. Those are basically our two kind of like main guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically now they're on the run from their former member and the railroad, and they go into Mexico and they end up getting sort of mixed up with this evil generalissimo guy who looks a lot like Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. There were a
with
couple of those in this
yeah.
where it was like, well, that looks like.
exactly like somebody
we
else.
kept doing that. Sorry.
And yeah, so there's a lot of like interesting sort of more moral stuff because one of the members of the Wild Bunch is a Mexican guy who hates this colonel because the colonel is currently, or he's not colonel, general. General?
I think
Yeah.
he was a general.
Yeah, general is like terrorizing the countryside and like shooting because Mexico is in the middle of a civil war. And I'd say more on that if I knew anything about the history of
Yeah.
Mexico.
Craig and I-
But I was raised in America.
Yeah.
So I
Craig
don't-
and I Googled it a little
Yeah.
bit during the movie.
So, what's happening is the general that they're dealing with is part of the Mexican army. So they're
Yeah.
loyal to Mexico, like the current regime. And then
Yeah.
Pancho Villa is the kind of like counterinsurgency.
Yeah.
Or insurgent. I don't know what you want to say, but and so it's a weird kind of like the Mexican government is itself terrorizing their citizens because they need resources,
yeah.
and so it's making everyone want to join. So
It's,
know,
it's
fun.
a real sticky wicket, and people
Yes.
are getting hurt, and then of course they're getting upset. Just like they raided our village and they hurt people, and you know the main guy who sort of seems like he's sort of like the romantic sort of like there's in a lot of westerns there's always like a young kid character who's
Mhm.
like sort of like supposed to be like a little bit of the romantic-y lead, but he's of course not quite that. But Angel, I think is his name.
yeah.
And so yeah, there's like so it gets real interesting real fast because they are, you know, they're outlaws, they're on the run, so they're siding with this. They're opportunists,
Yeah.
but they're also like not monsters. So yeah, it's a. I don't know if we need to go into a lot further about like the full plot, everything that happens, but
Yeah. I mean, it's a long movie, so it'd be hard to.
yeah, it's also like it's an interesting ride, and it's an interesting sort of like a lot of back and forth occurs, and it's fun to watch it all play out. I think.
Well, let's talk about Red Dead, because this movie was a huge inspiration for the first game.
There's even a character named Dutch in it.
Yes. And I was talking to Phil about this, that we're basically following the wrong character. So in Red Dead,
So for the audience
Yeah.
who may not know, Red Dead Redemption was a video game by the people who made Grand Theft Auto, and it was sold to people as Grand Theft Auto, but you're a cowboy.
Yes.
That came out originally for like the PlayStation 3, I want to say, or maybe
Yes,
yeah,
and
PlayStation
Xbox
2.
360.
And then they made a sequel to it for the PlayStation 4, and they're one of like the highest critically acclaimed games.
Yes.
Cowboy, at least hands down the best cowboy games out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that and Gun.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're
Well,
about to talk shit about guns,
I'm sorry.
I'll kill you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I was
That's a poor man's Red Dead Redemption, and
Man.
I was
Yeah.
a poor man.
I know. I played it.
Guys, I played Red Dead Revolver.
Revolver,
Oh,
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
I borrowed that from Brad.
Yeah.
I beat Gun at Brett's house with Brad in one night.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I just played it for way too long.
That happens sometimes.
But the main plot of Red Dead Redemption is that you are John Marston, who was part of a gang. He has been caught down the line. He's trying to live a simple life, but now he's being taken by government officials.
Oh,
I think that-
yeah, I guess that's right. You don't play as Pike, you play as
Teak.
You play as Deke.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you have to bring in your old crew,
Yeah.
and lots of stuff happens.
Which is much more like it's funny because like they were probably like trying to figure out how to make it work from like Pike's point of view, and they were like, actually, as far as like a video game structure, it makes way more sense to do it from Deke's point of view because then it's like you take out him, then you take out him. It actually has like it almost is Count of Monte Cristo, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like you have like a hit list.
Man, you
of
know
people.
how often that has been coming up in my life lately? the
Count of Monte Cristo?
Like, quite a bit.
Count of Monte. What did I say? Is it Cristo?
It's
Yeah.
Cristo.
Cristo. I said Crusto, I think.
Yeah.
Crusto.
Cristo.
Um,
What's wrong with
because Oh shoot, who were Jack and I were just talking about somebody who
V for Vendetta, which is basically that.
No. It was somebody who, as a writer, they did a something that didn't. Their like pen name was Edmond Dantes, which is from the County of Monte Cristo, and they did that when it was a bad, like they didn't like the thing that came out of it. So they changed their name.
As a like an alias. To...
Anyways.
So, yeah, I mean, even the guy that just kind of in the movie, they have a real uncle character who, spoiler alert, survives, and so does Uncle after Red Dead Redemption 2, and he's in the first game.
Yeah.
Because the second game is a prequel to the.
I was so confused by that when I played the second one. I kept going like, this guy reminds me so much of the main character.
Yeah.
The first game.
God damn, Will.
And then I was like, hey, guys, am I stupid?
Oh, man, all that time everyone kept telling me I was a dum-dum.
It was just like, I was like, oh, it's because I just didn't remember all that much from the first game. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately,
you just remember good vibes.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, I actually find a lot of the storytelling in Rockstar games to be kind of tedious. Because it's a lot of like, hey, are you the fellow from the thing? Yeah, I'm the fellow from, well, hey, mister, I don't know much about this and blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you something. Here, get on my horse. And then it's like the same thing where you're like right there. He's like, well, where are you from, friend? Well, I'm from outside of town. It's like, what would you do, dude? Oh, no, we're under an ambush by Jimmy Slick and his pea shooter
Slick
gang.
Boys.
And, you know, and then that person dies. And I'm like, was I supposed to care about that?
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, I just like the morality of all the characters because there's like this code of honor that they all seem to have, but they kind of choose when to have it, especially like Ernest Borgnine's character.
Yeah. Well, and the whole premise of the movie, like they are only in this situation because Pike and Deke, when they got caught, Pike ran.
Yeah.
Instead of like staying with him or like fighting or doing like what he seemed to claim to do.
Yeah.
He just bolted.
And the reason why they were caught is because Pike, our main character, wasn't listening to Deke's warning.
Yeah.
Deke walks in and goes like, we need to get out of here.
He was dilly-dallying with the ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like all his fault.
And also,
they
had to be former lovers. This movie's so gay.
This is one of the gayest movies I think we've seen.
Listen, anytime I have brought up Westerns being gay, people are like, oh yeah, Butch and Sundance. But once we get past Brokeback Mountain.
No.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That was bisexual polyamory going on there.
They ride bikes with a girl.
I'm just saying this is
they're both in a relationship with the same woman.
This is whenever I've had this conversation with anyone, she's a beard for both of them. Whenever I've had this conversation with anyone,
that's probably right.
Brokeback Mountain obviously comes up first, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, I don't mean movies about gay guys doing cowboy things. I mean, Westerns are very queer coded.
I was going to say, if you watch
from
Westerns,
the get-go,
it makes 1,000% that one of the biggest mainstream movies, the first like mainstream gay movie, was a Western. It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because they're all leading to it.
Yeah. But it just like, there were so many. I got to imagine that so many of the people writing these movies or people who knew stories from these times, queer people have been around for literally forever.
Just as long as people have been. Even longer than people, really.
Where would be a great place to escape from if you were in a like pretty high control religion urban area? Would you maybe escape to the
Mexico,
West, where like you get a small plot of land that, you can't really farm it, but you get to live your best life with your quote unquote roommate, like your quote unquote best friend. Like there's so much like queer coded stuff in all Westerns. This one might take the cake for me though.
Yeah,
there was a lot in this one.
It's
that
like
I was
a lot of scenes of
this
dudes
movie makes so much more sense
in saunas, like when they're like tucked into bed, like just having a conversation with each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm like,
Deke is a spurned lover.
Yeah,
and Dutch is the only one who wouldn't go into the
Yeah, he didn't go in the brothel,
He didn't
which
go in
I
the
think is
brothel.
probably that might have been Ernest Borgnine just being like, "No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to be doing that.
I won't be doing that."
Even though he did play a devil. They've been talking about it on last podcast on the left.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's different. I
Yeah.
think. Anyways,
Yeah. But yeah, Dutch's character, he's kind of the level-headed one, and because Pike's in a weird position because you can tell that he's getting too old for this. Like he's having a hard time getting up on his horse.
yeah.
And he needs a right-hand person. And Dutch is, but I feel like to an extent, because he lets Angel go without a moment's note, like without any hesitation.
Yeah,
He's like, this befits me to just let this happen.
Yeah, he doesn't care
I mean,
enough
he
about like the
hesitates
sanctity
a
of the
few
group.
times.
Like
He doesn't
Deke
stop it.
would. And it's an interesting movie. There's so many westerns about the death of westerns or the death of like
The West.
that of the West.
Because it was only like 10 years.
Yeah, it was a very short period of time. But this one is another one of those where you can see it in Pike's eyes. The way he's playing it, the way it's
closing
written,
in because yeah.
everything is closing in on him, and he's not, again, this is one of the things I love about westerns is they're so like these big forces of nature, and like Pike is not Pike. Pike is just like the sort of quote unquote idea of freedom in the West, and everything is closing in on that because it was never really a real thing to begin with, which we kind of find out because as much as Ernest Borgnine's character kind of doesn't respect the sanctity of the group, neither did Pike.
No.
When push came to shove, he gave up immediately. So like it just I guess that's just the revisionist Western is that like it's about kind of everyone sucked. Everyone sucked and the whole time sucked, but we made it through. Like it's a survival thing, and it's these big like forces against mankind.
Yeah. There's always like moments that my favorite part of most westerns is always the moments that like I remember like that are like sort of I've seen it in like James Bond movies as well, where they like have dinner with the villain. Do you know what I mean? There's always like those moments, like James Bond. I remember watching like Dr. No, or maybe one of the first ones where the guy just like essentially like invites him onto his compound. He's like, "Oh, Mr. Bond, you're here to kill me. Here's a room for you for the evening. Dinner's at 7.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of that in westerns that I really enjoy that like sort of like, I feel like a lot of modern filmmaking, and even like criticism of modern film would be watching those scenes and being like, why didn't you just shoot him? Why didn't the guy just like shoot him right there?
He's got a gun.
He's got a gun. Just like shoot him right in the face.
Yeah.
And it's like, you realize like that if he had did that, would be dead.
Yeah. Well, but it's also like they are trying to put an order onto this fundamentally wild time and place. So they're trying to put this order to it by having this code of politeness and polititudes where like, yes, I will have dinner with you. I will sit down at your table, villain.
Yeah.
And like, we'll have this meal and then we'll fight
they need
later.
to be canceled. Did you see the pictures of them at dinner together? Like, oh my God. Like he should have known and should have said something at the time.
Yeah.
Can you believe
Did you
that?
see what he was wearing?
Can I say something real quick? So
I think you went a different way with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going all over the place. I don't really.
So the West, as we kind of know it, really was from right after the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of people going out west afterwards.
1703?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So about 1865, and then the closing the frontier, 1890.
Yeah.
And then obviously this takes place in like the teens, right before World War I.
Which is an interesting...
Which, I mean, makes sense because like Red
it makes
Dead
perfect
takes
sense.
place the same time. And so that is kind of like the end, because you have planes, you have cars, you have movies are happening.
Yeah. Even the guns are changing so much, which is in a lot of westerns where they'll pull out the freaking Gatling gun and it's like, hey, do you remember when it used to be like the order that we imposed of the politudes of a duel? Yeah, not anymore. We're gonna fucking mow everyone down.
Everybody down.
This will kill.
Everything has fundamentally changed.
This will
about
kill
your
30
life.
people in 1 second, which was like impossible to do.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's as short as everyone thinks, but it's also not like
It's not like based on the amount of movies we have and movies and TVs and media that we have about it, you'd think it was like 100 years. But yeah, it was like 30 years. Maybe
like,
40 years at best.
Like Veronica's watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. That takes place right after the Civil War.
Yeah.
And that it's a Western. That's all it is. So it's been fun watching that with her.
It's interesting because I feel like a Western, I feel like taking place in that time versus taking place in like the teens, I feel like even can be so different.
I mean,
obviously the technology,
yeah,
massively different, but like the political landscape is totally different too. But there's also so many similar things. I mean, I don't know how much railroad you're doing in Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Probably a good amount.
Yeah,
does she heal the railroad?
She doesn't heal the railroad. That episode hasn't happened
yet. Does she make friends with John Henry?
That does feel like it would be an episode.
There are African Americans in the show, so I don't want them to be.
And I bet you it's handled well.
It's handled pretty okay, honestly.
Honestly, I guess that wouldn't surprise me for like the time and it being a like female-centered show. It wouldn't surprise me if it actually wasn't as bad as.
It's honestly, it's
if
not.
If it was
Dr.
Dr. Quinn, manly medicine man.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it would have been worse.
But the way the show is funny though, because
be
the germ theory is not widely accepted yet, and so she's trying to explain germs. She's like, "Well, it's a theory that's just coming out because she's from New York, and she moved out to the West, and so she's in Colorado Springs now. So she's trying to explain this, and everyone's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you got these invisible things that are making me sick.
You got little bugs.
Now you're gonna tell me that once a month women bleed from their nether parts."
Nether parts.
What?
God, we should just watch more Westerns together.
Yeah. I have to watch it again. It's been a long time, but Bruce Campbell was in a Western show called Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
I know of it. I have not seen it.
I love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. What's not to love? He's
one of those actors that never once has ever disappeared into the role he's playing.
No.
He is always Bruce Campbell on the set of
chewing the scenery.
And I would have it no other way.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah, I watched way too much of this terrible show called Burn Notice.
Yeah.
Just because he was in it.
I loved that show because he was in it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I missed Burn Notice. Even with him in it, I was just like, I don't like the whole Florida of it.
Yeah, it was one of those like
such a good,
dumb,
USA
clever movie.
Yes, story of the week.
Because it was the story of the week show, and the whole thing was like this character was a CIA agent who was burned.
Yes,
which means that like if anyone sees him, they should kill him or whatever. I don't know. But like he'd always like make up all of these tricks of like he'd always be like, here's a quick tip on how to make if
you're ever in a situation where you have to snipe somebody from across the parking lot,
or like if you want to make a bulletproof car, stick a bunch of phone books in the door. And I was like, I don't think that would work at all.
Yeah.
I believe they did that on Mythbusters. They definitely did it on Top Gear.
Yeah,
I think they filled it with sand.
Yeah,
they filled it with sand, and then they shot like a high-powered rifle through it. And I think it was Jeremy Clarkson was like so convinced that this would work. He's like, "Oh, it absolutely," because I think he got it from a movie.
Yeah,
and they shot the rifle, and they opened the car door. And it's just sand pouring out.
Yeah,
and you just see it in his face, like, oh.
Didn't work.
We
at all.
died. This doesn't work even in the slightest.
Yeah.
No, my USA show was Psych hit that time. So.
My USA show was all the USA shows.
Yes.
I was such a USA shows kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Psych and Monk and Burn Notice. I feel like there was one other that I never.
Did you watch White Collar?
Oh, no.
I got a little bit into that.
I got a little bit into that one too. I didn't watch. I think was there
Royal Pains?
Yeah, Royal Pains I never got into.
I got into the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
For like I think I watched maybe the first season. I don't know if I finished it.
So anyway, Cowboys.
Here's the thing.
There's a lot to this movie.
It's incredible.
It's honestly one that's better if you experience it yourself. So I'm ready to give my.
I think most westerns are better if you experience it yourself. There's
Well,
such a vibe, but that's just me
yeah.
because I love.
I mean, it's true. It's like, if you hear the synopsis of a Western, it like takes all of the heft out. I like if you were to read about what it was.
Well, it's also because the synopsis of every western is the same 6 parts rearranged.
Well, that's exactly true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is. Western is like, it's like Italian food. Or, you know what I mean? Where it's just like...
And God damn it, I love Italian
Yeah, I know,
food.
but it's like, it's just like... God.
Put that wet on that noodle and I will eat it.
Yeah. Or it's Mexican food, or at least Tex-Mex Mexican food, which is just
Put that wet on that tortilla and I will eat it.
It's, cheese tortillas, and the tortilla is wrapped this time. Next time it's folded. Now it's been deep fried and turned into little chips, and you put the same stuff on it, and it's this, Or you take the protein and you put the same seasoning on a different protein.
You've got me.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. I'm just going to steal this. I'm going first. 5 out of 5, egg-sucking, chicken-stealing gutter trash.
Yes.
I think I saw you write that down.
I loved this. This is going up there for me. Could be certainly top 5, could be top 3 Westerns, I think, for me. I loved this. I think it was such a perfect vibey Western. I liked it. It didn't have the style of like the spaghetti Western that I love, obviously, but it had like the meat of Once Upon a Time in the West. Most of the exact same meat, to be honest. It's a very similar movie, so obviously I liked it.
Yeah.
But 5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5. Well, how'd you like to kiss my sister's black cat's ass?
That was the line I went, wait, no.
No.
Nobody has ever said that before. What'd you give it? Oh, sorry, I missed that.
5 out of 5.
Man, okay, no.
No, it's one of those things where some of the Westerns, it has to kind of knock me out in order for me to like really like it, because I've seen so many.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just like, okay, it's another John Wayne. Yep. Okay. He's doing his thing.
He's doing the John Wayne.
He's doing the John Wayne.
He's
okay.
Johnning his Wayne.
Yes. So even like Stagecoach is great. And then The Searchers, and about the only other one that I really like him in is the
Man Who
Shot
Liberty
Valance.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say it, because I was like, that I think is my favorite of his. I loved it.
Talk about moral ambiguity.
That one, Once Upon a Time in the West, and maybe this one might be my top 3.
Yeah.
I hate to be it, but I think I think this is like one of the probably one of the best like Westerns of this era, and I like it for it. But I think this is my personal bias coming in, because I just feel like every time I see a Western, I'm like, I'm enjoying this, but this feels, it just doesn't stick for me. For whatever, like, it didn't like wow me. There were no moments where I was like in the car later going like, oh my God, can you believe that happened? You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing. I was like, yeah.
He wanted them to kill more Mexicans.
Yeah, I did. I really, that was the biggest
killed
bummer.
a lot of Mexicans in this movie.
Not enough.
God.
Not enough for me.
Oh boy.
I want more. No, I don't know. So I'm just gonna give it a 4.75. Oh no, I just lost the quote. No, hold on. We all dream of being a child again, even the worst of us. Perhaps the worst most of all. Out of 5.
Oh.
I thought when they said that line, I was like, that's a good line. That's a good bit of
line.
writing. Somebody wrote that down and went,
I need to make a movie about this.
This has got to go in the movie. This has got to go in the movie. But yeah, no, I want to give it its props because I think it's great. But again, like I don't know. It didn't like.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
It's probably my broken Marvel brain. Not enough action. Quips. There was actually quips in this. So I don't really know.
You can just have your vibes, man.
No, I can't. There's got to be something wrong with me. All right. So I rolled. It's my turn to pick next.
Yeah.
Did you roll, or do we have to roll again?
Now I rolled editor, and boy, were the pickings slim.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was a lot of, because somebody, and I won't name names, got us back into the 70s and 60s. And I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, how did that happen?
And to be fair, we could have been in Spielberg land, been watching a Spielberg movie with John Williams and all those other people, but we didn't. That's not what happened. That's I got editor, so I had about like 9 movies. There is an ant that keeps crawling up my leg. I don't think it's the same ant. I need to look up.
It's still there.
Oh my god!
Just eat it.
As long as it's not a tick.
Ticks aren't real.
Oh, okay.
That's a government psyop.
God, I
Vamp
wish.
for a second while I look this up.
Which Robert Altman movie did you pick?
You guys.
Listen, I think with this one, I really enjoyed it. I think if I was recommending Westerns to people, this would be high up there for me.
Yeah.
I think I would recommend Once Upon a Time in the West first. But it would depend on how they reacted to that movie, and if they saw the runtime and were like, I don't want to do that.
I don't think I could recommend this
sad.
movie to anybody
It's not your
younger than me. Yeah. I feel like I could recommend it to Gen Xers.
Do you think the youth wouldn't get into a Western? Or wouldn't get into this movie specifically because it's like ancient film language?
Name a Zoomer that is going to like a Western.
Well, I don't know any Zoomers,
Yeah.
but I just mean that like I feel like you're more likely to find like just a random, like if I was, I'm just talking about like when people are like, hey, what are good movies that you just saw? Like if I found a boomer, I could be like, hey, have you seen The Wild? Well, they probably have. But like if they hadn't, I'd be like, Wild Bunch would be a movie you would probably like, oh yeah, my dad used to blah, 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 blah. They'd have a good time watching it. Gen Xers would have a good time. A Zoomer, I would be like, no, they're younger than me. I wouldn't be like, yeah, you should watch this really old, unless they were like said, I really like Westerns.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like it would hit the same. I don't know.
I don't take other people's thoughts into consideration. So
I hate it when people ask me about recommending movies. I don't know why I even brought it up.
I did.
Oh, that's right. Well, but in a lot of ways, aren't you not just me? Anyways, I went down the list. There was about maybe 12 movies to pick from. I found the worst rated one of them. So we're gonna watch Stewardess School. It is a 1986 comedy action movie.
What?
What?
It's on Tubi. We're watching it.
I fucking love Tubi.
It's bound to be terrible.
I love Tubi so
every
much.
moment of this, I want you to know,
no.
I blame you, and I did this on purpose.
Okay.
Don't point at me. You can't blame me for this.
We could have been watching Jaws.
I didn't make the decision to do it this way.
Yes, you did. What do you mean?
I was going to pick THX 1138, and then we'd re-roll from there to get out of George Lucas land.
Okay. But one of the options could have been. I'm just saying.
Okay, but.
Oh, you're a little perfect boy.
But no.
I can't get mad at you.
No, I'm just saying that would have gotten us there, and then we could have re-rolled from there. But instead, somebody was like, no, let's just re-roll now, and you'll pick a different one right now. And then I was like, okay, I'll pick it right now on air. And then I did that, and then we got to Wild Bunch. And I don't think it was my fault. It was Craig's fault and your fault.
My fault?
Oh, boy.
What did I do?
It was mostly Craig's fault, but you're also on that couch. So
No. It doesn't matter. Oh,
we can both agree that we blame Craig.
Oh, well, you know what? I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Roll a D8.
It's you and me versus the world, baby.
Sure. And I rolled a 5 on the D8 there.
I hope it's writer or editor. We're just stuck in.
Nope, it's director, photography, cinematographer. So let's see. Do you suppose that it's going to be some way to get out of this?
Buckaroo Banzai.
Really?
We could watch Patton.
Oh, okay. We can get out of there.
All right.
The Amityville Horror.
Okay, yeah, we can get out.
We're fine.
We can get out.
We're
Okay,
good.
great.
We're good. We got out of this hole.
Yeah.
Thanks to me.
Thanks to me
Thanks
for
to me.
picking
Hey,
Stewardess School.
Hey, I picked the Wild Bunch. Oh, God. Okay. Well, yeah.
Somebody needs to talk. I don't think
Thank
it's
you
me.
for
There we go.
liking and subscribing. Lucy, for the love of God.
Lucy just wants your skills so bad.
Sorry, Lucy keeps licking me.
Not him.
Thank you for liking and subscribing to the podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. If you want to tell us what your favorite Western is, yeah.
This episode was brought to you by Caitlin Chodas. Yay! If you want to hear your name shouted outed and want to help support us, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/mumbleandshrug.
If you like what you heard, consider leaving a review on any of our platforms or put a letter in a rock and give it to a horse and then send it into the desert.
Did that happen in this movie?
No. That's all for this episode. I'm Phil Castle.
I'm Will Lizard Chodas.
And I'm Chuck Connors, the rifleman.
I said you were the gunsman, you idiot.
Fuck.
Right. It ain't about your word. It's about who you give it to.
Yeah, and you know who you shouldn't give it to? Anybody who watches the Avatar movies and likes them. Because they're terrible.
Brought to you by Mumble and Shrug Productions.